Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sam and Shyra. Hi, everybody out there. We're so excited to be at the peak of our week. I was saying to Shyra, we've been like heading up the mountain, and this is the very center of the week. And of course, we are centered with our good friends, Sam and Shyra from Sam's Bead Shop. How are you guys feeling today?
We're doing great. It's so wonderful to get to join you. I think this is our third Soft Flex Customer Appreciation Week, so
it might be the fourth.
Maybe anything's possible. Regardless, we are here and we get to be with you. So like, it's just like great. This is just a great use of our hour. We get to sit with Sarah.
Definitely a highlight of our week too. It's like middle of the week. It's a Wednesday. We are so happy to be with you and to be with everyone watching as well.
Absolutely.
It's such a pleasure to be with you guys too. And your office just looks fuller and happier every time I see you. I know it takes a while to settle into a space. And now I think it's probably been 2 years.
We've been in this space for just over a year now.
Yeah.
A year and a couple months. Because I remember one time I was supposed to go live with you. And I think I forgot about something happened.
He was shopping at Home Depot. That's what happened.
And you know what I did was I did a call out to everyone watching. And I said, I know someone out there can contact Sam because Sam's friends with all of you. And
I got many messages. And I joined the stream from the Home Depot parking lot. And we chatted beads, and it was wonderful. And I got to show you all the bins I purchased. Oh, that was for the move. We needed more bins. Oh, that's why I missed it. We were in the thick of the move.
You got a pass for that one because moving is very hard. Speaking of moving, Miss Kristen is on her airplane right now to Maui. Unbelievable. She's doing it in the middle of Customer Appreciation Week. We also have one other change to the schedule on Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific. We were supposed to have Elena from Mirix Looms, and unfortunately, she cannot make it. Totally out of her control. We will reschedule a live beading party with her for that kit so that we can spend a little time with her when she is accessible. So in exchange for not having that hour, Kristen and I are going to do a coffee and craft wire. And Kristen informed me she will bring her best coffee from Hawaii so that we can all learn about the different drinks that she gets to experience now that she has moved to Maui.
Oh, she's fully moved. I think I missed
it's
that.
It's like a half move. She's living in Arizona too.
Okay, so maybe we'll still get to see her in Tucson next year, maybe?
I don't know about that. Yeah, but over the holidays and things, she'll be back in Arizona. And she still has a house in Arizona. But yeah, they're fully like engaged in moving, not long term, but short term, for like a couple years, I think is what it is.
Wow.
And she has an extra bedroom.
Yeah, should we join her, Sarah?
What was that?
Should we join her?
I'm going to. I don't know if you're invited, but
like we should just also move to Maui.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that would be challenging for me right now. But if I were in her same position and it were given to me as an opportunity, I have a feeling I would jump on that.
Just go. Yes. We can live in like our fantasy world because I'm obviously also not moving to Maui, but I can think about the fantasy of just being there.
Doesn't it sound fun? I see some of you have found our giveaway. It is located at the bottom of the screen. I will be giving away a beautiful Green Girl Studio pendant today. A Grateful Heart pendant. So put that little comment into the comments and it will enter you. I see 27 entries so far. Let's keep them coming. I have Nile coming up the next hour. Let's see. I think we did this last time. We tried to see who could get the most entries on.
All right, y'all. Okay, hashtag SBS. Sam's Bead Shop.
SBS. Can Sam or Nile get the most entries for the giveaway? They're both cutie patooties and they both have a huge following. So I know there are going to be extra eyes today.
And we just got to see Nile within the last month.
I know. You took my spot. I was supposed to see Nile.
He did. He was like, oh, no, I'm meeting up with Sarah. I can't meet with you guys.
COVID. Yeah.
And then Sarah said COVID, and we said,
Japanese tea garden. I saw the pictures. I was like, I love that place.
We missed you very much, Sarah, but we did steal Nile.
I was trying to take him to Chrissy Fields and the Tunnel Tops. We were going to do that, but the Japanese tea garden's beautiful.
We were going to do tea gardens first because they were going to close, and then we were going to go to Chrissy Fields because it seemed very high on the list. Yeah, and it was very foggy.
It was very cold.
And cold. So afterwards, we just got food and then margaritas.
Good. I'll take him next time he's here.
Yep.
That'll work out.
That one too.
Hopefully, it's like a month from now.
I would hope we get a quick Nile return. We have
that would be nice
today, Sarah. It's kind of crazy.
I know. I'm excited to see your bead table because it's looking pretty gorgeous. And I think we probably need to turn down to it and take a look.
Here we go.
Is that your kit?
All right, let me make it a little bit bigger for you.
Let's go all the way.
All the way?
Go. That's good.
Welcome to our bead table, Sarah.
Who ordered this kit? I want to see in the comments. Did you order this kit? And guess what? I asked right before we went live, and there are more of these.
We have about a dozen available as of now. We're going to try to make like 5 more, but this is a very limited edition kit.
That does have a Harvest Glow to it.
Right?
This is our Harvest Glow kit, and it is full of gemmies. We really were able to pack it in. It started as our Soft Flex kit, and then we got too excited. And it turned into the size of a gem box. We renamed it our gem box.
Yeah, we really started with like 1 or 2 items, and we're like, oh, it's that cusp between summer and the start of fall and warmth and all of that. And then we're like, but let's put this in it.
Pumpkin farms and apple picking. I see it all.
So we ended up became a whole box of gorgeousness. This is only our second ever gem box, and we're hoping to do some more of them soon. So we did 2 full strands of turquoise, faceted rounds, and nuggets as kind of our star items. We really went for some like nice quality premium materials here. A little bit different than our bead box, which is more glass oriented. This is very gemstone heavy.
So 12 is not very many, everybody. And I'm looking at something pretty amazing here. I know how fast some of your fingers are because I see you at the live sales and you're very quick. So if you guys want this kit, make sure you go to this link right now and order it. Get it out of the way so that you make sure you secure yours before they run out. And then I think they might restock a little bit. Is that right? Is that possible?
We're into a little bit. We've also have a few extras we've already posted. If you go on the same link. But it's only a few of the items you get extras of. So like this Carnelian, you can grab some extras of. There's 5 Carnelians in the box. Smooth rounds, which I'm loving the multi-tone.
Yeah, both of those.
And then the faceted rounds.
I think it provides real depth, right? As we're moving forward in the air.
Because it is truly about to be full fall with the autumn equinox coming. So we did 5 Carnelian. Here's number 3, faceted cubes.
It was a harvest moon last night, wasn't it?
There was.
Was it last night? Yeah. And like a little eclipse, I heard.
A partial eclipse.
That's awesome. I missed it. I read about it this morning.
And a lot of the gems in this box, we actually got in Tucson earlier this year. So this really is, there's a lot of Tucson features here. These are some top drilled Carnelian nuggets that I just put on a headband just so you could see how nicely they lay if you string them up. These ones I try to graduate.
They're just delicious.
And that's only 7. I think there's 5 more items. Let's go our dark blues next. These ones folks might enjoy. They are our Lapis cubes. I think we did a nice 15-piece set of them.
Did you just call them Lapis? My favorites.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, sapphires.
Sapphires for September. Not just
those are sapphires?
They're sapphires.
They're so Yeah, they're so dark blue because
They're
they're this
so pretty.
South African sapphire that is astounding. So I believe Shara and I both use those in our designs.
Yes, slightly.
And we even managed to put a full 15-inch strand of lapis in as well. So there's no shortage of beads to use in this box.
Really pretty. Really pretty. Caroline's excited about those sapphire cubes. Who wouldn't be?
A little bit of pop, so we did a candy jade in this lovely, put like a nice harvest tone of yellow, along with some tulips. And these are our only non-gem. They are resin. We actually get them from one of our gem cutters. And
they're so pretty.
They were fun. We wanted a nice shape for the box because so far it was all like rounds, cubes, nuggets. So we wanted something that was a little bit more specific, and these felt perfect. And so we have, I think, 6 pieces of those in the box. And then, Shara, is there anything?
Kind of stuff people would find if they went to one of your live sales?
Sorry, I didn't fully hear the question.
Is this the kind of stuff people would find if they went to one of your live sales? Do you do a lot of gemstones in the live sales?
The live sales have become predominantly gems these days. That seems to be where what folks really enjoy, and is kind of one of our specialties also. So if you come to the sales, we often will make palettes like this where we really try to coordinate the gems for you. And you can really get inspired and see combinations of gemstones. So
what time is your live sale each week?
You can join us Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific, and Thursdays is our happy hour, kind of a fun sale that starts at 3 p.m. Pacific.
So
do you not know the time, Sam?
I do. I just felt like I was talking too much.
I was like,
I do know those
and the
times.
lovely Shyra will answer with details.
I could keep talking, but I think she has a lovely voice. So
She does. And she's a genius. So that's helpful too.
One time my aunt texted me, she's like, I just love how Shyra presents the beads and talks about the beads. And I'm like, I know, I totally agree. That's why I got to let her talk about the beads too.
That's true, for sure. All right. Well, I'm going to just go straight to your camera, and then why don't we kind of dig in? And
absolutely.
I think we're ready. So we have a little bit of
what we got going.
What we're working on.
Show and tell.
So we'll start show and tell, and then we're going to take you through as many techniques as we can in one class.
We're up to 75 giveaway entries. Keep them coming, friends.
If you're curious,
gotta beat Nile.
Yeah, we will beat Nile. I mean, we will try.
We will try.
Those are fighting words that I can't back up.
Yeah.
So you can see who's been more prolific. I have started a necklace. And
it's gorgeous.
And then here's Shira's creation. So I will start with mine, and then Shira we'll jump into Shira's. The technique I will be showing today is this soft flex bail featuring all gems from the box. So I did a 2-strand bail that goes into a lovely color blocking, and then, excuse me, keeps that carnelian going, that loop pattern going up here. And I'm going to be working on a chain as well for this necklace.
That's nice. I like it. I like the colors.
What do you like? I love the colors too, and let's see what you do with them.
All right, so I had a lot of fun working with this box. The first piece that I actually made is over here. I've got a beautiful necklace using lapis and carnelian and both types of turquoise. And so we didn't really talk about it, a specially designed soft flex trio for this box, using the colors fluorite, spinel, and copper. Copper is my favorite.
You can see we've already
been using up that copper. And
I think I've been gravitating towards fluorite. It's something about my roll of fluorite over here is nearly empty. And so that's a soft flex trio. We still have some available to go with this box.
Yeah, so with this necklace, what I'll be showing you is how I was able to use soft flex medium and string through the beads twice, and then separate it so that you get this cool design with the turquoise nuggets all the way up.
I'm kind of obsessed with how you're able to feature more turquoise by means of 2 strands of turquoise.
That's right. And then we also have, I made this lariat using first I really wanted to use the warmth of the candy jade. And so it's like, how am I going to showcase that, but also showcase how beautiful the copper soft flex is. You know, you don't need to cover it all up with beads. You can have it floating. And so I made this nice little lariat. I'll be showing you how to do the wire component, which is an S in honor of SBS and Sam and Shyra. And then if we have time, I might show the rose. And then just some other pieces that I've made with the box are another wire work piece. Of course, I had to put some sapphires in there.
This pendant might disappear. / I might have to figure out how to let me steal that.
You can always borrow it. And then a pair of earrings as well, also using the sapphires and the carnelian cubes, and then the warmth of that candy jade.
I actually hadn't seen this one until now. This is a newer one. It is incredible.
Thank you.
So we're gonna get warmed up with the veil over here, and then we're gonna jump into the lariat for today's class. So I have always been someone who loves finding new ways to feature gems, especially pendants, because I do a lot of work with wire, and there's obviously endless possibilities you can do with wire veils.
Mm-hmm.
You can get as intricate as you like. I'm not someone who loves to spend hours on just a veil. I like simpler type techniques that can really have a nice presence to them. So I adapted a wire veil into a strung veil by using soft flex here. So I'm going to go over the process of doing this 2-wrap veil using 1 piece of soft flex. So I'm using my fluorite, which is tangled. Here we go. This lovely color. You're not going to see too much of the color, but you see a little bit of it through the beads. And in experimenting with making this design, I started with the sapphire cubes for the veil, and I still think it could work, but I found a better flexibility by using smaller beads. These are the 3mm carnelians from this box. So you don't need too much soft flex. I am not someone who really measures that much.
Me neither. I just kind of go with the flow.
Exactly. And you kind of just hope you have enough. So I'm going to grab another pendant here. Maybe I'm going to go for this oval. Everyone got a one-of-a-kind pendant in their box. Mix of shapes and colors. But I did handpick each one for the box.
I should have taken a picture of you sitting there sorting through them all. It was quite impressive.
It was many pendants laid out in front of me. It was very fun. And so I'm going to grab some of these carnelians, and you get to watch me try to string small beads on camera, which I've only gotten worse over the years.
Mm-hmm.
I can't explain why. But it might be time to get something
Spectacle?
or at least something to zoom in.
Join the club, Sam.
So I believe I did not. No, was it 9 or 11? It might have been 11. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, 11 per loop. And obviously you can mess with this number, especially depending on the size of your pendant. But I was able to get a nice size loop using 11 of these beads. Shyra's going to help make sure I stay on camera. Am I seriously not on camera? That was me trying to be on camera.
All good. You'll have to try to get me to stay on camera.
Oh my gosh.
It's
difficult.
good to have a friend.
It's always good to have a friend, Sarah. So I'm very curious who has already started designing with their gem box. I think many of you have purchased one. This is the first. I hadn't even moved. How is that possible? This used to be a running joke on any class I taught where we had to come up with like code words. People could comment like banana split. Be like, Sam, you are not on camera. Try again. I used to be able to see these holes. What is happening to me?
I had to get cave and get readers eventually, and It does make a difference. I'm just saying.
It does indeed. I now have like
Maybe getting to that age, Sam, where you just need a low-level pair of readers.
It's partially also like I need to zoom. Oh, do the readers zoom in for you?
Yeah.
yes.
Oh,
They
I would
make
like
it
that.
just a little bit bigger.
Why,
Yeah.
that sounds very appealing.
Yes. Good.
I can see, you guys can't see this in the background, but I can see Sam completely leaning over the table, trying to get in as close as he can to see those little holes.
Morphing Design says it's the quarter century mark.
And this bead particularly doesn't have much contrast, like the holes themselves just blend in with the rest of the bead. I haven't moved. All right, we've done loop number 1. And then all we're going to do is come back through to do the second loop. And I'll show you how we want to close this. So you guys get to watch me string 11 more to make sure we don't lose any. I'm just going to do a little clip.
Jesse just gave us an update, Sam, that there are only 4 boxes left.
Oh, wow.
I believe it.
That's
why
wild.
I warned you guys. If you don't get one, don't say I did not warn you. Because 12 is not a lot. Now 4 is even less.
If you're watching this later and you go to the link and it says add to waitlist, do click that button in case any become available from someone else's cart, or if in case we are able to assemble some more. I think max 5 to 8 more is what we're looking at being able to assemble. All right, we got 6 beads strung up. What an accomplishment, folks.
We have 102 giveaway entries.
That is
keep it coming, y'all.
Only adding more pressure to my stringing here, Sarah.
Yesterday, I picked a project to do that was stringing and braiding, and it was very repetitive. And after I got through the first one, I was like, why did I say I would do 3 of these?
Because
it's one of those things that's hard to do on camera, and then it's also repetitive, like just stringing beads, you know?
Right. You feel like you're taking forever.
It feels like you're taking forever. And even though people are encouraging you in the comments and saying, you're going so fast. I'm like, well, I don't want you to get bored.
Yup.
You're watching me do the same thing.
I have a tendency to just ramble if people are watching.
So
that's okay.
We have 2 loops here. And so I'm going to show you how I want to finish this. I experimented with a couple ways, but you're a little bit limited by your tool. Because at first I actually tried to cross it this way and put my crimp, but then I couldn't actually crimp the crimp, which I'm sure is something Sarah could solve in her sleep. But the way I solved it is this. I put a crimp tube on, and we're just it'll be a slightly visible crimp, but we're gonna put a crimp cover as well from Softflex. So right now I'm using the sterling silver oxidized, a favorite of mine. I happen to really like the sterling crimps. I think those are one of Softflex's most popular. They have a really nice quality and the perfect softness and durability. So, and I'm gonna come in with my Xuron crimpers, my current go-to for a while now. Partially influenced by Nile. I finally tried them. I was like, oh, I really like it because of this giant tooth here. I cannot miss. And the magical crimpers and I are not friends. It was not for a lack of effort.
How can you not be friends with the magical crimping pliers?
We are not on speaking terms, Sarah.
It's like one of my best friends.
They're purple. I just can't.
They work very well for many others, and I'm so happy for folks like you. They did not.
What do you guys think? Who is besties with the magical crimpers out there, and who is besties with the Xuron pliers? Let us know in the comments.
And then I'm going to come in. There's 3 steps on the Xuron pliers. 1, 2, 3. That work for 3 different sizes of crimps. So I'm going to bring the 2 sides of my crimp together. So this is a very similar technique to the most basic style of crimp that many folks start with. One thing to pay attention to is the tension I was not paying attention just now and didn't check before I crimped, but it is helpful to have a little bit of looseness because it actually helps these lay a little bit nicer. This will work. They look pretty even and whatnot. I'm going to come in and trim. And you absolutely could leave it like that. Once it's strung up, you may not even notice, kind of within everything else. I ended up just adding on a copper crimp cover. It's like a little ball on top, and it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere because I was able to get it tight enough. But essentially, that is the technique. I can try to show you guys how I put on the crimp covers.
I think you should.
But it's a little... I'm curious actually what tool you end up using for this, Sarah. I usually use the largest loop on the crimping pliers, but if I had even like bigger ones, which do exist, it's actually even better because it can get fully around that crimp cover. What do you use?
To put on a crimp cover?
Yeah.
I usually use a chain nose plier or the other pair of crimping pliers that has not been mentioned yet with the blue handles.
Yes. Let me see. I think, yeah, I have those next to me also.
Pliers that shall not be named.
Yeah, those would definitely work too.
Yeah, the little rounder in the front can be real helpful.
Yeah, because I find it's like, I've used to always use the flat nose. Oh no. I added too much pressure before it was fully set.
Doing crimp covers on a live is like probably one of my biggest difficulties.
Amazing. So we're going to pause there for that technique because that is the technique itself. And from there, I decided I wanted a smaller bead to go under the loop. So I did 7 of my sapphire cubes, followed by about an inch of the turquoise, some carnelian cubes, and the sapphires. And then finished off with 9 pieces of the carnelian rounds that I put a crimp on, strung 9 rounds, came back through and crimped so that the loop itself could have a similar feel to the bail. And that'll be the focal center of my necklace that I'll finish off with a wire wrap chain. So that is where my first project is going. And I'm gonna get you guys on over to Shyra.
Alrighty.
Because the goal today is to just fill you with inspiration with this gem box.
So the first piece that I pulled out is the lariat that I made. And we're going to work with making one of these wire hammered clasp pieces that will sit at the front of your necklace. And so I always like to go over every tool that I use first and all my supplies first so that you guys know exactly what you need, or you can make a list or save it for later. So in terms of supplies, I am using 14 gauge copper wire.
Sorry, is that a typo?
No, no typos here. I have copper wire in all the gauges now, and 14 has become a new favorite. It's quite difficult to work with, but when you get to hammer it, it's a lot more fun to hammer it.
And that's how you got this really nice shaping here.
It's how I got the nice shaping and how it's very, very sturdy. I'm also using 2 mandrels from this set. I'll probably use the big one, so the 1-inch mandrel. And I don't like to recreate things exactly. So instead of using the 7/8, I'll probably go for the 5/8. So there's a 2/10 of an inch or 2. That'll make a difference, right? Huge difference.
I actually think it would.
Probably. In terms of tools, the tools that I'll be using are my stepped bail making pliers. I've got a pair of nylon jaw pliers. I like to just call them smoothies. Keeps the wires nice and smooth for you. Just in case I need them, I also have my round nose pliers available. It's more like my emotional support tool. It's my favorite tool. I, of course, have a steel bench block, and we'll see how loud.
Yes. Much banging today.
Loud it will be when I get to hammering around. And then I have one of my hammers. I just pulled this one. I don't want to beat the wire into submission, but I do want it to be flat and have that lovely texture to it. So I will be using both sides of the hammer.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So before we start making all of this noise, all of this chaos, you're going to take a piece of 14 gauge wire. This is, where's my ruler? underneath. This is about 10 inches of wire. And I really, really love mandrels of all kinds. I have quite the collection. But I'm actually going to get started small with my bail making pliers because I want to take one of those ends. And first I'm going to make sure it is flush.
I believe we actually now carry some of these dowel sets in
We
the shop.
do. And I'm going to start with the smallest of the steps. And I'm just going to loop it up. Just like so.
I've always been actually very curious how you form your
I
component.
don't think I've wired in front of you.
I don't know why not.
I don't know why not either. All right, so I like getting it fairly close. And again, it's 14 gauge wire, so it's going to take some strength, just a little bit. Don't worry if it's a little bit wonky, right? A little bit uneven, because we will take care of that in the hammering process.
This seems very forgiving.
It is. So again, I don't like doing things exactly the same. So this one is starting off just a little bit different. But I'm going to take my nylon jaw pliers and just kind of give it a little squeeze to give it more of a hug.
Aww.
It's a nice wire hug, right?
Hug.
And if you're unfamiliar with wire, the reason I would use these is just to make sure that there's no extra marks on the wire. I'm going to take the smallest of the two mandrels I'm using today. This one is the 5/8 mandrel. And I'm just going to, continuing with my hug theme, now I'm hooked. You know I love a good theme. I'm going to start wrapping the wire around it, like so, just to make sure I've got a good circle, okay? And again, a lot of this is going to be taken care of in the whole hammering process.
And you kind of showed the final result of how this, cool. Because I really love how you form it so that it really becomes this very secure finish.
Absolutely. So in addition to using the mandrel, or even if you don't have a mandrel and you don't pick one up from the shop, you can use your hands. But again, I like using the mandrel just to make sure that the beginning is nice and secure. And then I can go around and continue folding it because it's copper. It is pretty forgiving. What are you doing over there, Sam? I'm very distracted.
Oh, just work. Don't worry about me. I'm making some simple loops to work on a chain. I'm more mesmerized by your loopy-looping over here.
My loopy-looping. All right, we're going to make that tighter in the process, but now we're going to make the bigger loop. So I started with the smaller one, and now we're going to go and make that bigger one bringing our wire around and in. So I'm going to put it just a little bit higher up right here. And I'm going to start off just bending. This
is the big one.
The big one. Right? This is the part that's going to help make that S.
And I can see from this one, like how nice, like how well shaped the mandrel allows that outer ring.
That's the benefit of them, that you can get perfect circles that you just can't get with your hands. So I'm going around and around and around and around. I like being just a little bit gentle. Maybe I feel guilty because I'm about to hammer it. I don't know.
It's so nice of you to put my name on your tools.
No. If they go missing, your desk is right behind mine, and I will find them.
What's funny is those dowels are not expensive. Like nope. we stocked them finally, and I was like, "Wait, Rachel, they're not expensive? What?"
Nope. All right, so when we're coming in, I also like switching to like a smaller one just to make sure it's nice and tight. Again, don't want to make things too crazy. So this is where I'm pulling my smaller mandrel in. You can absolutely use a different gauge of wire. I would recommend 16. I've even made them with 18. I would not do anything smaller than 18.
even with 18, you really want to make sure you
Yeah.
work hard enough. So meaning hammer it out enough so that it's not going to kind of bend post creation.
Post creation. All right. Once we have my shaping and I'm coming in, you see, I haven't finished it yet because I'm working inside. That's where I'm going to take either my veil making pliers or just my round nose pliers, and I'm going to come in. I like to kind of estimate where I want it to end and then trim that little edgy. Have we done a class together in a while?
Not in a while. It's been a moment. I'm actually really enjoying this.
You are always welcome to my classes, Sam.
She did not cover up that wire tip, and it went flying.
There's no one over there. Maybe embedded in the wall. Oops. All right, so starting
another great use for readers is eye protection.
Yeah, I was gonna say about readers when I'm working next to shot right here.
You may need them for more than one reason.
You're lucky that your desk is behind mine.
Well, if folks are curious, you can keep your finger on the tip of the wire while you cut it.
Well, normally, yeah.
And it can help you collect the wire instead of flinging wire. It just depends what your goal is.
Exactly, right? Sometimes you need chaos goals. So all I did was I took my round nose pliers and I'm finishing up that circular design there. And I would like mine to come in nice and tight again. So working it.
Work it, Shyra.
Work it. And then I can do the same thing to my other side. Just bending it in. Sometimes it looks a little too big, and I like, you can see that one kind of got kind of wonky, too wonky. Not perfectionist friendly. Twisting. And this is where you can also add some design to it. Like maybe you don't want it adjacent to the circle itself. Maybe you want it in the middle. I think that kind of looks like a blossom now. Or like,
it's really nice.
Yeah. We can keep going too.
Now I want to do more classes together.
Yes. All right. So in doing so, I've got some S's right here. Or one S. You can even have this S, Sam. Or maybe I'll send it to Sarah.
I mean, we're all S's. How does that
all S's?
We can't be stopped.
Let the S's rule. All right, y'all. So this is where the fun part happens. When I first started working with wire, it was during a momentous time in everyone's lives in 2020, and I found great therapy in using a steel bench block. In fact, I now have like 4 steel bench blocks. So I was like, this tool is great. I want one everywhere.
So she does now have them everywhere.
I do, right? I even had one in my classroom.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And who used that one?
All of us.
That's funny.
Like, you need to take out some aggression. Look, I have these components. Go hit them for me, kids. I taught middle school, so that was fine. They were fine. All right, so my steel bench block is in this handy dandy little rubber thing that's supposed to help keep things quiet, but it does not really.
And I can mute us, but we're going to start unmuted because I have this theory that the technology is good enough that it reduces the sound a bit. I'm pretty sure. Let me just check what we have. Okay, I'm trying to automatically adjust mic volume. Try now. Yeah, it's reducing it.
Okay. I'm also going very lightly.
If it's too much, Sarah.
I had no idea that it does that.
Well, I just turned on the auto button. I will probably turn it off eventually.
Huh. We have a question. Do we need stronger or special pliers for 14 gauge wire?
No, I've been using my same pliers. These are my favorite round nose pliers that were a bit pricey. And there's no damage to them at all.
Maybe what about for cutters?
For cutters, maybe. So I've got a couple of different flush cutters that I use. When I'm working, I have not switched between them, but that might be a good idea.
Yeah.
To have a pair that you're like, oh, this will be for my 14 gauge wire, my 16 gauge, and then some for thinner wire, thinner gauge.
Do you have most of these tools that you're showing on the website?
Shara is using most of her collection right now. We only have a handful of our own tools.
You have a handful of these tools,
Zerons, mainly.
like the Zeron pliers.
Yeah, we don't specialize as much in the tools and such. You'll find 3,000 different beads on the site.
Yeah,
is what we often send folks to our website to peruse.
So I am very carefully hammering both sides just to make sure it's nice and hard. Gotta be even, right?
Having fun over there yet?
I am having so much fun. And then to get the texture on it, which I love that hammered copper texture, I use the other side of the hammer. And just kind of ding it up a little bit. There's probably some official word, but why use an official word when you can just say something like ding it up a little bit?
You're really making that hammer tone finish like
the
tear cast one. But this one's actually hammer tone.
And this one's actually hammer tone. I think it just provides such extra beautiful shine to a piece. I'm probably making people nervous with my hand this close, but I am in very control of my hammer. I have learned through trial and error.
I was going to say, it's always been the case.
No, I learned very quickly. Like, don't go too wild. You also want to make sure that you're not hitting the wire too hard, especially if you're working with 18 or 16, just because it is thinner and you could damage it. All right, you can hammer to your heart's content just to make sure that you get it to a place where you like it. But that is essentially how easy it is to make this component. So on my necklace, let's kind of walk through that. All I did was I chose to hold it so that the smaller side of the piece was at the bottom and the bigger one was on top. I thought it was provided a little asymmetry that not often seen. And I definitely dwell mostly in symmetrical pieces. So it was wild to me. I just used a jump ring to attach my strand to this side. For the bottom piece, because it's a lariat, what's nice, and this 14 gauge wire is that you can just kind of gently lift it to take it out and then to put it back in.
I think it's genius. And it's so secure.
It's so secure.
Mainly because of how much you have down there. It can't pull through.
Nope. So from our gem box, I used some of those top drilled nuggets, and I used the candy jade just to kind of go with it. And then I made a couple little roses and some more jump rings, and I just had a little bit of party.
I only noticed the bottom rose.
Oh yes, why have one rose when you can have
two? It's two a bouquet.
I think you need at least 3.
Please put in the comments how many roses.
How many roses do you need for a bouquet of roses?
What do you think, Sarah?
All right, Sam, you ready?
The bouquet is at least 6.
All right.
Oh, really? Is there a technical florist?
Probably not.
Probably is.
That's just what I feel like.
Got it.
It's to be, if it's like a group, it has to be like half a dozen. What do you guys think?
Now we're in people terms. I feel like if I have a 3-person hangout, that is a group hangout.
Yes.
I don't feel the need that it has to be any bigger to feel like a group.
Yeah, but a bouquet to me like says there's a 3 would be like, here's a few flowers. A bouquet would be like, here's 6 flowers. That's a bouquet.
I also guess it depends. Like, if you are like a cat or a very small creature, you may not need as many flowers to form a full bouquet.
Wait, what is going on? If you're a cat, how many cats are making bouquets over here?
I'm just saying that I think that our human size is a factor here.
Oh my goodness.
An insect probably goes crazy inside a flower. It's like an entire floor of a hotel. Shara and I were in Vegas a couple weeks ago and got to see the new like Fontainebleau hotel. It was very fancy.
Ooh, is that on the main street? I haven't been there in years.
It is further north on this strip near Circus.
Ooh, that's neat.
We
Did
may
you
have
go
been
in?
there watching. We were there for many hours watching professional pickleball.
You realize we were on the ground for like 37 hours in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, it was
Did
a very,
you
very
go-
quick.
Wait, did you go to Vegas to watch professional pickleball?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And it was a spontaneous trip.
Yeah. This was a Friday, 5:30 p.m. Let's go to Las Vegas tomorrow.
And it
I
wasn't
think
just
I'm
us.
having
We also did.
I'm having a hard time wrapping my brain around the fact that there is professional pickleball.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then secondarily that people fly and travel to watch professional pickleball.
Absolutely.
It's actually incredible to watch. You
Mhm.
can look. You
Sam,
can look.
Will you teach my kids how to play pickleball?
Well, I thought they already did, but yes.
No, they don't know how. We have a set, and I've been looking for a way for them to learn. But most
By
people
the
that
way.
play pickleball are older, and they want to play with each other, not
Yeah.
with kids, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, but I think they would enjoy it.
Oh, you mean the older people want to play with? No, that's silly. Oh, that's not the case I've always found. But
Okay.
yes, if we teach them the rules, then I
Mhm.
bet if anyone at the courts will want
Play
them to
with
join in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't know how to play, so that's the difficulty. Once
That
they
we can
know, they'll be
solve.
great with anybody, probably.
Okay, we need a pickleball
We
play
do.
day.
You know, I taught pickleball this year.
Oh, yeah,
at your
school?
My school, yeah.
Oh, maybe you should come teach us, Shyra.
We can both come.
Yeah,
We'll have to also explore the courts near you as well.
I know. There aren't any in Benicia except for at the middle school, but there are some in Vallejo just over the border that's in a nice park.
We will find the good courts.
Yep.
And it'll be less difficult than going to Las Vegas for pickleball.
Yes, you do not have to go to Vegas for pickleball.
You can though.
So what I'm doing here is while Shara was busy, I was also busy prepping components. And so I'm just linking it. If you know me and my designs, I'm not someone who typically gravitates towards simple loops, but this is a 20 gauge, which I think is the thinnest I would ever use for simple loops. And I prepped some of the gems because I really like using this. I like making chains to mix gems together because I think it still gets to feature the individual gems while creating beautiful blends. And I think there's this magical thing where gemstones can almost look good with any other gemstone. I don't find this to be the case with glass, where like any color glass will look good with any other glass. But with gems, there's something about the natural quality of a gem that I find they will almost all look together if you make a chain together with them. So I started to pull out some of the colors of our palette, which obviously we did pick two looked good together. So this wasn't that I'm not proving that the previous point, but here is, you can see the transition from technique. So
I really like that chain.
So we started from strung on some lovely sulfux. You have a nice suppleness at the center of this piece. And then I'm thinking the remainder will be a chain. I'm also really, really liking the chain. So theoretically, the whole thing could also be chain. Or
I think you should continue with the beaded chain so that I can wear it and love it.
And I'm now actually seeing, I like this layer. And if Shara's going to extra level up, we might need a second strand. You could add a chain using this technique and loop it right about here to have some extra layers. So that is where my piece is headed. Let's see how we're doing on time. It's about 1:50.
Not much time left at all.
We don't have to end right on the hour. What's
Yeah, no, we spaced these out 2 hours apart, so you can run over for a good half hour if you need to. So don't feel rushed. Enjoy yourself. Everyone is enjoying watching you guys. Let's see how many giveaway entries we have.
I was going to remind people too.
131. Can you help Sam's Bead Shop beat Silver Silk?
What do you think Silver Silk will get?
Today?
I don't even know what we're trying to beat here, Sarah.
Well, he hasn't come in yet, so we don't know. We've got to set the
We
bar.
we
here.
got to set
You're
the bar.
setting the
here.
bar. Nile comes after you.
Jesse, are you watching the stream and did you enter the giveaway?
Rachel.
Who can we text? Hop
You
on the
do
stream.
have more employees than Nile, so you've got the
Mom.
one up on that.
Mom.
My mom.
Although, if you count his mom and dad, maybe it's similar.
Nilay's parents do seem quite involved. They're very supportive of his business, which I adore.
They are, and he loves free labor.
Text OLG. Can you have all of junior high get on the Softflex stream?
We must win.
That's all.
We're all S's with our companies too. Softflex, Sam Speed Shop, Silver Silk.
Wow.
It's like an S-filled day.
What I just realized, so I went doing a quick experiment before we switch back over. Is I believe I actually can get 3 strands of Softflex into this crimp tube. So I usually have some success with the sterling crimps. So this is just for a little bonus earring project that I've been imagining.
Sorry. I'm in trouble when I start singing. Let's just be quiet.
Never.
Never. I'm never
It would
quiet.
be too quiet.
Nile
Oh, no.
says, my
Nile
mom
broken.
and dad have not packed things in over a year. I wish I could get them to help more. Well, maybe they can help you get an entry today to beat Sam. That's the very least they can do, right?
I'm going to see if I can get my 3rd strand. Come on. Yeah. Wahaha. The usual advice from the official Softflex folks is that you should put 2 strands of medium into your typical 2mm crimp bead.
At least.
Oh, so you're saying it's okay to do slightly more?
Yeah, you can do more, not less. Not one
Oh.
strand. One strand is
fantastic. We're
Party.
not breaking any rules then. Fantastic.
Jessica Hanks is so super smitten with all of you.
Extra S's.
So I'm gonna
Dale
count
would
them.
really like to be able to see how you make your roses.
What Dale asks for,
Is that-
I always
Is that
provide.
what, should we do that next?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Last 2 techniques of the day, then I think. So
Nilay's actually trying to help you win by putting an entry in for you.
fine.
He's such
I'll
a
go
nice
into your stream later, Nile.
Well, see, that's how he's getting us because there's 2 of us.
So
And
kind.
he knows that we love him. So I'll say, oh, I'll enter yours. And then they'll both enter mine. And that's one more than.
Ah,
Nope.
Shyra, I like how your mind works.
She
You're
is.
on top of it.
This is so funny. Am I gonna get? All right.
You can do it.
Come on. There.
Wait, can you go on camera though?
No.
Ooh, look at that little cutesy dangle.
I
You
promise.
do
on
have
last
to be
night-
on camera for us to enjoy it, though.
I swear I'm above my tray. Shara's literally pushing me forward right now.
They're leaning back. Oh.
I have a little out of practice of teaching classes. I do not know what happened. Shara, I cannot move my arm. My goodness. And then we have to decide if we want accent bead we want. We could just use a sapphire.
Oh, just a sapphire.
But I'm wondering if it'll be too
Just a
large.
sapphire.
Margaret says, I can only imagine the competitive spirit on the pickleball court.
We are not competitive here at all.
Is that how you two met? Did you meet pickleballing or did you
No.
meet?
No.
Through beads
Through Beads, I was a
No.
customer.
since 2014.
Oh,
You were young pup just starting out.
Yeah, that was the very beginning of the shop.
And then I never left.
And then she invaded.
And I invaded. And like, I'll help.
cute. Look at that little dangle. Is so adorable.
I just like there's so many the nice thing with Softflex is just there's so many directions you can take it. And because they're all such lovely colors, you can then find designs you like making and make them in every color. And so I'm going to get on my Carnelian.
I've seen a few people asking for you guys to do more classes together.
I'm already enjoying this very much.
Me too.
This feels like some of the chaos we do on the live sales.
Just naturally who we are.
And so right now I am doing a single strand in that crimp, and I'm just smushing very much.
Give it a hug.
And they're looking pretty secure. But if you want to follow the official advice, absolutely do that. But I'm liking the look a bit.
Pretty.
So I'm going to add on one last bead, and then we're going to switch on over to Shyra.
Awesome.
And you definitely could add on crimp covers. I'm just still debating. I don't really mind the look of crimps, but other people do. It's a personal preference.
Or
sort
you
of
could
thing.
use the magical crimpers, and then it would just automatically look beautiful.
What a
That
lovely.
was your best friend, then it would be easy.
I really felt like I set you up for that one,
Yep.
Sarah.
It's like, I think there's dust on my magical crimpers.
I couldn't even tell you where mine are at this point.
I believe they're in this book.
Oh, they're right there.
Right there.
Oh, they are. I think Rachel uses them.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, I knew I loved Rachel for some reason. It
Mine is
must.
always the eldest child that's liked more. When kids ask, there's a favorite child, we always lie to them, don't we? But Sarah, don't answer that question.
I do not have a favorite child. I love them all equally.
Very good answer.
Just like my beads.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
uh-huh,
Uh-huh.
uh-huh. We get the true answer here. All right, I'm gonna add on a ear wire, Jessie.
Woohoo.
Jessie, I'm putting in here. Ooh, I got a smirk from Jessie.
While you're doing that, I'm going to flash the schedule because I got a question about it real fast. We've got Nile coming up at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, right after this show. And then we'll have a show with Rebecca Combs tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. We have an epic live sale tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. It'll be a few hours, so hopefully you can stick around and hang out with us for that. Friday morning, we'll have Spill the Beads with Joyce Trowbridge at 11 a.m. Pacific using the Customer Appreciation Week kit from Soflix Company. Instead of Murex Looms, because Elena can't join us, we'll be doing coffee and craft wire with Kristen and myself. And then we will have an after party on Friday afternoon, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. I hope you can join us for all those other events as well. Back to you, Shyra. I think you're muted. There we go.
Oh, Sam.
Mhm.
I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but did want to mention it just because I think it turned out so awesome. And I'm going to steal Sam's other strand of turquoise and probably make another one.
Oh, really?
He does not know that yet.
I don't even know where mine is right now, honestly.
I don't think you had
You
one.
already have it over there.
Are there any kits left and how much do they cost?
They're only 18. Oh, the kits are $89 for the
Mhm.
full gem box.
Mhm.
It has $119 of retail value. That's if you were to purchase those individually from the shop, if we had all of them available, which some of them we do. You get a 25% discount for getting it as the kit. We also have certain individual extras like the turquoise available for like $18 a strand.
Are there any left? Jesse in the background.
There are no.
There are.
They are all being held in carts. So
Oh.
join the wait list.
Yeah, click the add to waitlist button because it's very possible that some will become available. So worth joining that waitlist. 'Cause
Okay.
good things come
So
to the
on your
waitlist.
website, they can add it to the wait list.
Yeah, you'll see the button on the
Okay,
website.
kits are sold out, but add it to the wait list. And if one comes available, it will pop into your cart and probably send you a message to let you know
Yep,
that
you'll
it's
get an
there
email.
so you can check out. So that is the way to go now.
Absolutely.
And don't tell me I didn't warn you.
Oh, I appreciate it, Sarah.
So really quickly, in a minute or less, maybe longer than a minute, because I talk a lot.
We have time.
We have time. We'll just keep you all. I took the copper Soflex medium, and I already put my crimp there. I like to live dangerously, so usually I make my dangerously in terms of beadwork. So
I was like, I just like don't see you as a high risk sort of person.
Maybe. No, no, I'm not. I'm the anxious what if person.
Your scenarios you were describing. Anyway, continue.
Okay. So I'm also going to steal Sam's Lapis.
Shire was
why
already
not?
worried about the rainy season this morning on our drive over here.
It's like, we need to close the skylights now. I had a dream. What if there's wind?
We have covered skylights for those curious.
It's windy. The wind can go sideways.
Yes, I understand.
Okay. What I found discovered in playing with the kit is that with the lapis, you can pass 2 strands of soft flex through the holes.
That's actually really helpful to know because
Yeah.
that's not going to be the case for every bead.
No. And it's not every piece of lapis though, but it's enough that I was like, yes, do I do the whole thing this way or do I alternate a little bit? So that's why I took the time. I would stack 3 pieces. First, I sorted them all to take all the dark ones. And then I would put 3 pieces. And then after you do that, you can separate it and then string whatever beads you want on each strand of your soft flex and then bring them back together with a lapis. And I just thought that was simple, but so cool, so effective to just be a little bit different.
Yeah,
I like different.
It worked really nicely.
Yeah. But there was a request for roses. I like giving into requests sometimes.
Well,
And
I think many of us are curious to see how you make those beautiful
Absolutely.
roses.
So to make a wire rose, of course, I'm sure there are many, many ways to do so. I like to use 20 gauge wire. This is about 17 inches of 20 gauge wire. Of course, the smaller length you use, the teenier your rose will be. Let me
You're saying if like for a really big rose, you just need a whole lot of wire.
It doesn't quite work like that. I wouldn't go beyond 18 inches or so because the bigger your rose gets, the less secure it gets.
Interesting.
Right. So this one, I think I used 15 inches of wire right before our class started.
Well, I think that one's incredible.
Yeah. And I just wrap, but if it was much bigger than this, then it would be floppy and loose and no bueno. So with your wire, you can conceivably do it all with just your round nose pliers or just your bill making pliers. Let's live dangerously. So I'm going to go to about the middle of my length of wire and hold it with my round nose pliers. And then I'm just going to bring it up. I said the middle though. Kind of hard with the arm in the way.
Which arm?
The camera arm.
Oh God.
Like,
I'll try not to be in your
that?
way.
No, you're good. The arm. I would say your arm.
I don't know.
All right. So I think I'm going to show you the right way. All right. The reason why I'm switching is because I really like the way that A, it's nice and rounded, but B, it's easier to do the wrapping part. And that's just for the beginning to make the shank at the back of your rose. So I've got it like this, and I'm just going to twist my wires. Twist. And you have to say it that way because it really helps. All right.
Twist.
A twist. Like a swish.
And flick.
All right. So they're in opposite directions now. And then you can see that I moved my pliers, and I apologize. I am left-handed. So if you're righty, do it backwards.
Jesse, we got some folks hollering for the bead train in the comments. You can do whatever you like with those comments, Jesse.
Yeah. And then I'm going to make one more switch so that instead of having my wires horizontal, I'm going to make sure that they're vertical, that they're parallel to my pliers. All right, so now they're like this. This is where the fun part comes in because It's real. Oops, I'm so sorry. I was off camera and Sam did not tell me.
I'm here.
Now here's where the fun part comes, because all you do is wrap and wrap and wrap. So you start with one, and I'm going to come around and
So you
underneath.
Okay, so you came under your main wire here.
Under the main wire. And that's the strategy you're going to use to make all of your petals. So you can see I came all the way around about this way because we're at the center of the rose, the bud, so it's nice and tight anyway.
So we got a close up on what it looks like right now. Okay,
all
so
right.
This is the top wire and we have one under. Okay,
Yep.
We're ready.
All right. Always coming under. So now I'm going to take the top wire and going in the same direction, bend it under about halfway. Maybe even a little bit more because we're making that tight center of the rose. All right. Now I'm going to take the next wire and chase it like a game of tag here.
This is the most exciting thing I've seen all day.
Wow. Okay.
I've never made one of your roses before.
All right. Bringing it over so it's nice and tight.
No, I'm like truly captivated by how this is like already forming.
Layers upon layers upon layers.
So you're keeping it, you keep it pretty tight in the center.
I do
there.
keep it pretty tight.
If you're also blown away by this project, make sure you click that like, heart, thumbs up on this video and let us know that you're enjoying this video, this project, this beautiful rose that's coming together.
And if you haven't commented, #SBS.
Please do that.
Apparently that will help us beat Melee in some way. I don't know what the competition is, but we will win.
We win. We have to go all the way to
It's a friendly competition with who gets the most entries.
Now I'm going to, again, I'm just playing chase each time. Always remember to go under. Under.
That's so beautiful.
And what's nice is that as your rose gets a little bit bigger, you don't have to go as much all the way around. And what that does is it provides some cool shaping for the petals of your rose. So I'm coming around here and then I'm coming down. Usually about this point, I will take it off and just kind of hold it. Feel the wire with your fingers.
And you could do this in lots of different colors. We have a really beautiful red soft flex craft wire that would be great for this project.
Ooh.
That would be perfect, Sarah.
Oh my goodness.
So pretty, you guys. I only see 29 likes and I see a couple hundred of you watching. So I know there are more than just 29 of you that are enjoying watching Shyra make this rose. So make sure you click that heart, thumbs up, whichever website you're watching on. Let us know that you're here and you're enjoying it.
Yeah, while we have everyone, if you're not currently on the SBS email and text list, we would love for you to join us because that's the best way to stay in the loop of all of our classes and live sales. It's super easy to join. You just go to joinsamsbeadshop.com. Maybe someone can paste a link, but definitely join the email list at joinsamsbeadshop.com. If you have not made a purchase with us, it sends you a coupon for your first order. I think you get like $10 of free beads for your first order with us.
Woo woo! Free beads.
I've never turned down free beads, Sarah.
Ever.
Anne is asking, does the red, let me catch your comment. Does the red wire scratch up a lot? No. It has the same kind of coating as the other wires, and it does not scratch. Now, if you're using a metal plier and you're really hard on it, sure. But if you're being gentle with your pliers, there shouldn't be any issue.
All right. I have come to the end of my wire. So I'm just going to turn it over to the back, take that tiny little end, take my round nose pliers, and just kind of bend it under.
Oh, you're kind of basically tucking in the end.
Tucking it in. Tuck it in, tuck it in. Like so. So here's where you have some options. So with that secondary wire, if you tuck in your whatever wire was on the bottom, you could make a loop at the top, and then have roses to dangle like for a pair of earrings or for a pendant. Or you could take that other little wire end. I'm probably going to trim this one just a little bit because it's a little bit too long. And then tuck it under as well. And then you have the one in the back. So it could be used as a button. It could be used as a pendant. It could be used as a pair of earrings. It's a dangle. I really like making the roses.
Yeah, they're beautiful. Yeah. I want to, because I love spirals. This is like
spiral.
An even fancier spiral.
Yeah. So I hope that helps, and I hope you enjoy making roses as well. Yes, Margaret, you can add a bead to this. Ooh, maybe what can I steal from Sam?
You can steal anything from this tray.
The smaller version would make an adorable head pin. Like the beginning version would be so cute as a head pin.
Which way do I want my tulip? Tulip up? Tulip down?
I guess like down like a dangle.
Down like a dangle.
I can also give you a different bead if you want, like a different one over here.
Oh, like a sapphire. Not me. The 20 gauge might be. Nope, it's in. Look at that. Yes. Alrighty, Sam, what you working on?
I'm just continuing to add to this necklace because I would love to get it to a
wearable
stage.
You want to show people what you got?
And I'm going to show you how I tend to work on these pieces. Because it is helpful to make sure you have enough beads for both sides of your necklace. So I often will make these components in pairs. So I just made a pair here, a pair here. This works great if you're doing simple loops. Doing wire wrap loops, I often will build it out on either side at the same time, going back and forth, just to make sure I'm keeping the symmetry. It's a little bit more forgiving when you do simple loops because you can always change up the order or make any edits that are needed. When you do wire up loops, you become a little bit more committed. So you have to evaluate what your level of commitment is.
Oh, Marcia says, if you think this is fun, you should join the lives on Tuesday and Thursday. Yes, we agree.
Please come on out. Yeah, if you want a little sneak peeks of what's going to be in those lives, we send those emails out on Tuesdays and Thursdays as well with little sneak peek photos. I think we're also doing a bonus sale this week on Friday.
We are. That would be a Sam and Shyra kind of chaos sale from the warehouse with all kinds of beads to share with all of you. That's at 11 a.m. Pacific.
But you might have you have to make you can always catch the replay if you need to watch the softlex class because that is also very important. The replay does post to our
What wire did you use to make that rose, Shyra?
20 gauge wire.
Okay.
So I'm going to do this last component here, and we'll link it all together.
Can you guys have craft wire for sale on your website?
We do. We mostly sell some German style wire.
Okay.
Is the main one we currently carry, I believe. Oh my gosh.
So when you're there purchasing, you can grab your craft wire from Sam, or you're welcome to take a look at the Softlex craft wire as well in 20 gauge. We're just so thrilled to be able to spend some time with you, Sam and Shyra. And I just want to deeply thank you for supporting Softlex Company over the past several years by carrying our products and collaborating with us on all sorts of different projects just like this. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been such a pleasure working with you guys. You are always so welcoming to us, which we are very thankful for. We brought you the idea. We wanted to start making trios to go with our bead box each month. And we've been able to do tons of different trio combinations thanks to you guys that you even put together and send out to us. So I feel like you guys do so much to support small businesses and make our lives easier with everything small businesses have to navigate. So thanks for looking out for us. And we love the beading parties and just all of it. So
we just love stuff like that in general. When I first got into beading many moons ago, the very first bead show that I went to, I was completely overwhelmed. I had gone by myself. I had didn't know what to do or anything like that. And there were all of these people having fun at a vendor table with this giant Softlex sign. And I was like, oh, well, they look like they know what they're doing. And I went over there and everyone was just so welcoming and happy. And I felt so much better about being there and just being seen. So that was my intro to Softlex. And I've been hooked ever since.
I love that. Was that like a Bay Area bead extravaganza?
It was like one of the OG ones.
Yeah, like at the Marriott downtown.
Yep.
Oh, I love that story.
That could have been Sarah there. She used to do a lot of the shows.
Could have been.
It probably was. Although that one I did less frequently because it's local and I lived in Arizona. So they had local people that could go more easily than me. But I definitely went a number of times, and I certainly could have been there for sure. It's my 25th anniversary this year.
Wow. That's incredible.
Really old every time I say that.
But it's also like, what a joy that you got to like, that you've been spending all this time working with like such beautiful materials and making art and meeting people. Like, I don't know, it's a very special sort of career. Yeah,
there's no doubt. I have been very, very blessed to be part of the Softlex team, and I have earned these readers over those.
All right, here's where things are looking right now.
Thanks.
This is the highlight comment of the day. She started with Softlex as Sam was just being born.
I don't know who should be more offended right now.
Oh, man.
Around.
And it depends on your project. I like both the magenta and the red. So, I mean, I'd have a hard time. I think the red is nice if you're doing roses. It's probably nice, but the magenta could be really pretty too. It's got a touch more pink in it. It's just going to give you a little bit more of a pink version. Maybe
the mix of colors you could have.
Spools of craft wire aren't very expensive. Yeah, so maybe one of each, and that way you can kind of play around with it and see what it says. Does Softlex still have shows? No, we no longer do bead shows. We have turned in our booth equipment, and we have instead started doing video equipment, and we visit with you guys online multiple times every single week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Oh, wow.
And that's how we stay connected with everyone, but we no longer go to shows. It was just really getting difficult toward the end to make it worthwhile to be there. The cost of it is really hard on a small business. We still go to shows and participate in other ways, though. So you may see us out and about at a show here or there, but we just participate in a totally different way. Let's see. Monica has a question. Do you worry that the simple loop will pull apart? Great question.
With enough force, it's like anything will come apart at its weakest point, but that's where the gauge is really important. I'm using this 20 gauge here, which is the thinnest gauge I would use when doing simple loops. I do not trust 22 gauge when doing simple loops. I will always do wrap loops with 22 and thinner, 22, 24, 26. Great for wrap loops.
Yeah.
And then 20, starting at 20, 18 becomes a little hard. 18 is actually hard to do wrap loops with 18. You basically can only do simple loops with 18 gauge and thicker. And I haven't had problems. I mean, if you want the most secure connection, wrap loops are like very, very dependable, in which case I would recommend 22 gauge and 22 or 24 and do wrap loops. You will not have to stress.
Yeah, I would back up with Anne says in the comments, not around kids. So if you have little kids like babies who grab and pull jewelry, you probably don't want simple loops. You want the wire wrap loops. But if you're just a regular person with the regular sized kids, you're no longer pulling on your jewelry, it's probably fine.
Yeah.
Black wire roses for Halloween. How much do we love that idea?
Absolutely.
How many colors does Softlex have of the color craft wire?
Ooh, don't quiz me. I don't know. There's probably 8 to 10.
Enough for a bouquet.
I've only been here for 25 years. I don't know everything.
Well, while we have everyone here, I just want to also shout out the other side of Sam's Bead Shop, which is our bead box. We do a monthly subscription box, which is the one I mentioned that we offer a trio to go with, and a softflex trio that is gorgeous. We've currently only ever done a stringing wire trio, but there's many possibilities for the future, I suppose, with all the colors that softflex offers. And I'm having ideas. So we do hope you'll also check out our bead box. It's full of custom check glass, gemstones, and metals, and that's at samsbeadbox.com. Today, this was a gem box, which though we're currently sold out, we're hoping that more will become available. So you can join that waitlist. I actually want to show you, I pulled up the Sam's Bead Shop app here. If I could just, because sometimes, so if you do download the Sam's Bead Shop app, this is what you'll see. So you'll see the times for our live sales on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can even catch some of our recent replays. And then you can even see some of the gem box extras. So this is the gem box itself, which you can join the waitlist for. We also have, look at this beautiful softflex trio, Sarah.
Ooh.
Oh, that is a very
Whoa.
nice trio.
Here we go. And then we also have some extras from this box in case you want to get some more of the turquoise or carnelian, sapphire cubes. There's some of the pretties here. We even have some extra pendants here. You just have to click to watch that video to see the remaining pendants that we have available.
Ooh.
So lots to check out here, and the email list. Lastly is joinsamsbeadshop.com. I think that's everything.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's do our giveaway. So I'm going to join that screen right now. It looks like we've got 158 entries.
I
So
haven't
good job,
entered.
everybody.
Green Girl pendant.
Yeah, we're going to give away a Green Girl Studios pendant. It's really pretty. It's the bottom of this necklace. It says, begin each day with a grateful heart. And then it's just got a really beautiful ocean wave with a bird on it. So I'm going to click now at 159 entries. Oh, 160.
I entered.
Get them in, guys. Get them in. Oh,
Sam, you entered too. You're so funny.
Let's see if my face will pop up there.
It would be funny if Silver Silk won, wouldn't it? Karen, on YouTube, you must be present to win. So please comment and let us know that you are here. Everybody else stick around just in case Karen's not here, so that we can make sure we have a winner today. You're going to email info@softflexcompany.com. Let us know that you won one of the pendants and your address so that we can ship your prize to you. And just check in the comments. We had one person earlier this week forfeit their price because they didn't stick around.
Oh,
Karen, where are you?
Karen,
Karen, you gotta start yelling in the comments right now.
Karen.
come on, Karen. We'll give you a few minutes.
Karen.
Karen has a lot of congratulations, but
She does.
she's
But
not
she
currently
may
able
not
to
be here to
receive.
see it.
Oh.
You never know. Okay, I'm going to give her a few minutes to get on here before I give up and I pick someone else. Karen.
She left. Bye, Karen.
Bye, Karen. Okay.
All right.
When does your next bead box go out?
We just shipped one last week, so that's arriving. So that means if you subscribe now, you'll get October as your first box. We have lots of collaborations this year, so we already announced the September box is a collaboration with Danielle Wicks. I'm always terrified I'm going to spoil something I'm not allowed to.
So just because
I'm a terrible secret keeper too, Sam.
Today's actually the official reveal day for the
Oh,
box.
great.
So you're probably okay. But you and Rachel with Danielle will be unboxing it
On Friday. And we
Of the
timed that
pink?
one to not conflict with soft light.
Yeah. So we did it a little bit earlier than normal.
Oh,
So
awesome.
2
Very
o'clock before
cool.
3 o'clock after party.
Okay, I'm giving up on Karen.
Okay.
We are gonna draw again. Here we
All right.
go.
Good luck, everyone.
There's 162 entries
I'm
now.
entered. Melissa.
Melissa on
Only
YouTube.
Melissa.
Melissa Jewelry Art on YouTube. Check in the comments. Let us know you're here.
She's here. I can feel it. She's going to be here.
I feel the power of Melissa.
Hello,
Yeah.
Melissa. Summoning
There
the
she is.
There she is. All right. Email info@softluxcompany.com. Let them know that you won and give them your address.
Congratulations,
One
Melissa.
quick
Yay.
shout out to the swag bag. We've got a brand new swag bag this year that includes this great little notebook and a bunch of other goodies and even a promotional deal from Sam's Bead Shop. So you can get the swag bag for free if you spend over $99 at softluxcompany.com using code CAWSWAG. So CAW swag.
Oh, swag.
Or you can just buy one. I think they're about $30 on the website if you want to just buy one. And that's it for you today. So go check that out at softluxcompany.com. We also added the crystal mix from the Customer Appreciation Week kit. I just strung my leftovers up from yesterday. So we've got a really beautiful new bead mix on the website as of today, if you want to check that out as well. And I think that's it for us. So good to spend time with you two.
I love spending time with you, and thank you for allowing us to be part of this.
Yes, it
It's
was such a joy to get to see you, Sarah.
It's been really, really special. So you can check out Sam and Shyra regularly by following Sam's Bead Shop. You can follow them on all the different places. I'm sure YouTube and Facebook, probably Instagram as well.
Instagram, and then the email list is big for us at joinsamsbeadshop.com. That is a big one.
And join that email list. And I will be back again at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern with the one and only Nilay Patel from Silver Silk and More. Bye,
Amazing.
everybody.
Well, I hope you have a blast with Nilay, but don't let him get more entries than us.
No.
Thank you.
We'll see. You set a very high bar, so we'll see.
Wait, what was our number? Just so that I can remember it.
162.
All right, 162.
And I'll even come and add my name into his running. So
I will not, but I'll watch you do that.
and I'll steal Sarah's code and enter her as well.
All right, bye.